Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, we recently had World AIDS Day, which was December 1st. It's also Rosa Parks Day, which is a bit of a clash. I don't know who planned that. But something disturbing happened. Donald Trump basically cancelled any official recognition of World AIDS Day. So for the first time since 1988, the government, the White House, hasn't acknowledged World AIDS Day. So I'm kind of shocked that he did that. I mean, I don't know why I'm shocked by anything this man does, but I guess because I'm a human being, it's still shocking because I haven't lost my humanity. So of course, Madonna spoke out against this, and a lot of people picked it up. I saw it, and I thought, of course, and a lot of articles and magazines have picked it up, and I thought, well, I should have a closer look at this, see what she said. I'm assuming I know what she said. I know the woman, for God's sakes. I mean, as of being a fan my whole life, not like personally. So in a post to Instagram, Madonna wrote, "Today is World AIDS Day. For 4 decades, this day has been internationally recognised around the world by people from all walks of life because millions of people's lives have been touched by the HIV crisis. People, not just the LGBTQ plus community, that's the other thing. This is all about homophobia and transphobia and all that. But it didn't, it's bigger than that. I've been touched by the HIV crisis. People have lost lovers and husbands and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends and mothers and daughters and children to this deadly disease of which there is still no cure. Donald Trump has announced that World AIDS Day should no longer be acknowledged. It's one thing to order federal agents to refrain from commemorating this day, but to ask the general public to pretend it never happened is ridiculous, it's absurd, it's unthinkable. I bet he's never watched his best friend die of AIDS, held their hand and watched the blood drain from their faces as they took their last breath at the age of 23. The first people that I've known, my eyes are sort of, the list of people that I've known and loved and lost to AIDS is pretty long. I'm sure many of you out there can relate. Let me say it one more time. There still isn't a cure for AIDS and people still die from it. I refuse to acknowledge that these people have died in vain, and I will continue to honour World AIDS Day, and I hope you will honour it with me." So there's some resistance from Madonna and people in general against Donald Trump trying to erase World AIDS Day and I guess the recognition of AIDS. I mean, the real danger to this is funding, things like that. Like, if he's in charge of the government, does this mean places that were getting funding to continue to work on a cure for AIDS? I see posts all the time like they're getting close, and I'm never sure to take these things seriously or not. They seem a bit too good to be true. But how is any progress going to continue if the government of America, the most financially well-off country, doesn't support continuing to research curing AIDS? It's like it's the visuals of him doing that's disturbing, but it's the reality and also how much it can actually affect people and not having progress continue. I mean, we've gotten to the point now where it's not as bad as... That's the other thing. There's how it's in different countries. In Western society, particularly, well-off countries like Australia and America and the UK, we have a lot of people on PrEP and they're undetectable and stuff like that. And I can't even talk about that because YouTube will delete my video based on medical misinformation or whatever they don't want people to speak about COVID or HIV or PrEP or anything like that. They just use that to get rid of people. So I can't talk about it like I'd like to. No one can on YouTube. Censorship. But it's not just the optics of him trying to erase it and trying to convince people to, ignore your lying eyes, this never happened, this whole epidemic and all the discrimination, all that just didn't happen. Like, you can't make people unlive their life. So he's not going to achieve it on that level, but in the short term, while he's in charge of the purse strings, he could really, really maybe not set back, but stop any progress with the research and all that. That's what worries me. I mean, he can say whatever he wants. He can, talk to his own, people in their own echo chamber. He's not going to convince any people who've lost someone from AIDS that they didn't exist and they didn't matter, and they're not going to celebrate them or acknowledge them or commemorate them. But in the meantime, he can do other things which are damaging. So I'd like people to focus more on what he's doing that's actually a problem, aside from just the optics and the culture war propaganda and that. How is this affecting research and helping people who are suffering with HIV and do have medical concerns? I'm sure he's cutting funding and doing things there. So I think we need to be focusing on that. But glad for Madonna for standing up. She always has. I'm glad a lot of people are picking this up, and it's not going unnoticed. He can't erase this, no matter what he does, no matter how much he might want to. He can't. So I'm glad that he's not succeeding. He's not going to, and even if he can kind of stop some people talking for a bit, and some people follow along, he's going to be gone in 3 years. And even if HIV isn't here in 3 years, even if they do come up with a cure in the meantime, the people who died and the history, that's not going to go away, and people are not going to stop remembering. So yeah.